Hey, welcome! In the following tutorials, you'll become familiar with using Scratch, which is a visually based programming platform. Ugh! What does that mean? Well, it basically means you don't have to write out a lot of code, which can be a bit crazy for a new programmer with a lot of text and missing semicolons and things like that. So instead, all you need to do is snap blocks together to create your programs. How easy is that? And what can you build with code? Well, just about anything you can imagine, like games and apps and even programs to help you with your math homework. So if you're ready, let's start learning how to code. The first thing we need to do to start programming is we need to go to the Scratch website. So to do that, in your browser window, you're going to type in scratch.mit.edu. Press enter. That's going to take us to our Scratch web page. Now this is a great site. It gives you great inspiration and just shows you what other people are building in Scratch. There's even a community down here where you can share your projects, and that's a lot of fun because it's really up to your imagination as to what you can create. So the first thing you need to do, if you haven't already become a member of Scratch, is you're going to want to join it. Now I'm already logged in, but if I wasn't logged in, over here you would see a join Scratch. And you'll just need to get a parent or a guardian to help you set up a username and a password. And once you have done so, you'll get to this page. So for today, we're going to go over to this Create tab. So click on Create. And we come to the Scratch Builder interface. Now I know this looks a little bit daunting when you first open it up if you're not familiar with it, but trust me, after a few more tutorials, this will look just really familiar. The first thing you may notice over here is this white area over here. And this is called a stage. And it's where all the results of your program are going to be showing. So just like in a stage for plays where actors perform like the pre-written scripts, this is where your actors, or in this case they're called sprites, will perform the things that you have pre-written for them. And those are also called scripts in Scratch. So, are you with me so far? Great. Now, what else does a great play need? We have an actor, or sprite as it's called in this case, and we're going to start building out a script, just like you do for a play. But this is kind of boring looking. At least it is for me. So what else does a good show need? Well, a good show needs some scenery, right? This is where backdrops come in. If you go down just below the white stage area, you'll see this small square, and that's called a thumbnail. And this is where you can select your backdrops. So for this tutorial, we're just going to go right underneath it and choose a backdrop from the library. So click on this icon. Whoa, check this out. Some great, fun, creative backgrounds to use here. You can scroll down, see all these fun things. These could be all the scenery for your games or your shows. Whatever you want to do, your apps. We can organize it by theme, so if you're into castles, you got some castles there, or music and dance and nature. So many fun things, underwater. These are some really great ones. Now as you get more and more creative in Scratch, you'll be able to use your own artwork if you wanted to and upload that, or something from your camera. So suppose you took a picture of something and thought, oh gee, that would be a great backdrop to use. Well, there's a way you can upload it to Scratch. But for now, I'm just going to go to all, and I think I'm going to scroll down and get to, I like this party one. So I'm going to go over and highlight that by clicking on it. Then I'm going to go down to the lower right corner and click OK. And let's see what that does. We now have a party background. So this looks pretty fun, but nothing's happening. It would be really fun if we can get this cat to do something, and we're going to do that right now. And we are going to set him over here, and I think it would be really fun if he walked to the left. Let's try to get him to do that. And if you're ready, we're going to start programming your very first program, all right? Here's how we do it. We're going to go up to this tab and hit scripts because we've got to write it, right? That's what scripts are. So we're going to write them. we're going to write it by using these blocks of code. So in order to have him move to the left, I'm simply going to get this move 10 steps block. Okay, and this is from the motion block. And as you can see here, these are different colors. These are color coordinated based on what they do. And we'll get into more of that as it goes on. But for now, we're just going to deal with the motion blocks and the looks blocks. And these are all, see how they're color coded, these are all called the blocks palette. So from the motion palette, I'm going to drag over this first top one that says move 10 steps. So I'm going to slide it over here. And that's his first step. But I know, just because I know from scratch, that 10 steps really isn't going to show up that much. And in later tutorials, I'm going to get more into positioning and all that with X and Y coordinates. But today, we're just going to get into the basics. So we want him to move a little bit more than 10 steps so we can really see it. And what we're going to do is double click on this 10 so it highlights it. And we're going to type in 100 steps. So he's going to do 100 steps. Now, if you want to know what this does, just simply click on the block like this. And let's watch in the stage. See? He just moved. He didn't move far, but he moved. So I'm going to click on this red stop sign. That's going to stop the program from running. I'm going to put him back. And just for kicks, let's go and change this to maybe 200 steps and see what happens. Click on that block. Oh, he moved over just a little bit more, right? So that looks about good. Now, as a new coder, the best piece of advice I can give you is always test whatever task you've just completed. Whether you've written it or just added blocks or whatever. Because when it comes to debugging, if you wait till your whole program is written and created and you find there's one little mistake, it's going to be really hard to find out where that mistake is. My mantra, or my saying is to you, test, test, test. Keep testing. You write something, test it. And as you get more comfortable, you'll be able to find out where your mistakes might have occurred. Okay, so having said that, we've got him moving a little bit to the right. I'm just going to stop him, slide him back. Let's have him say something when he gets to the other side. That's it for the motions palette. Let's go one palette down to the looks palette, which is more of a purple. Like I said, everything's color-coded based on their sort of grouping of what they do. All right, so let's go to this first one. And let's see. We'll do say hello. Let's just say hello for 2 seconds. Okay, and you can see as I bring it over, it's going to show that it can snap just below the blue. And I'll show you that again. I'm going to pull the blue one, sorry, the purple one from it, hold and drag it down, release it, and it's by itself. And again, if you want to see what it does, all you have to do is click on it and look over to the stage to the left. Hello, he says, and then it disappears. So we're going to connect that to the script. So we want him to first walk to the right by 200 steps and then say hello. So you see that white line? That means it can snap there. So good, snap together. Again, what is my mantra? Test, test, test. And did we add something new to the script? Yes, we did. We added a say hello command. So let's click on the top of the script, which will run it, and watch. He moves over and says hello. Cool. All right, so far so good. Nothing fancy, but every good coder has to start somewhere. And I think for one good effect, just to finish up this simple beginning tutorial, let's change his color effect. Before I do that, I'm going to stop it by going to the red stop sign icon. I'm going to slide him over. And if I didn't slide him over, if he started here and I clicked him again, he might walk off the stage for another 200 steps. And we don't want to do that. We want to see the effect. I'm going to go down. I'm still in my looks palette. I'm going to go down to change color effect by 25. And for now, don't worry about that number 25. As you get more into programming and you want subtle changes, in color, that color is gonna go lower. But for now, just leave it at 25. It's fine. Let's test this again. Hit the move button. What do you think is gonna happen? Right, he's gonna move to the right. He's gonna say hello because we have already tested that. And let's see what happens to his color. So I'm gonna click the move. Yep, and he said hello. There he goes. And after 2 seconds, he changes color. Now, suppose we wanted him to change color before he said hello. Well, that's easy. You can always edit your program by pulling them out like this, okay, and rearranging. So I'm going to pull this out, and let's have him change color right after he did the steps and say hello after that. So I'm going to stop it, go to the red icon. He turns back to orange. I'm going to slide him back over right about here. I'm going to go back to my stack of blocks, which is called a script. So I'm going to hit the top one. And there you go. He went over there and he changed color and said hello. So congratulations, you're now a coder and you just created your first program. In the following tutorials, we're going to build upon your skills and get you creating some fantastic games and programs in no time at all. But I wanted you to get a feel for just understanding the basics of Scratch. So, what are the important things to learn from today's tutorial? Is this area is called the stage. This is where all your actions are going to be performed. Anything that you put on the stage that is going to act out or obey your program is called a sprite. And you can have way more than one sprite. You can have hundreds of sprites that constantly changing or doing things. And the third thing I want you to take away from this is these scripts. We have the stage, we have the sprites, and another S is the scripts, which is what you, the coder, is going to write to tell your sprites or your actors what to do. And the last thing that we need, all good performances need a good background. Or in this case, it's called a stage backdrop. And you can, like the sprites, you can have more than one backdrop in your program. You can change backdrops when things happen. You can have actors do things based on what background they're in. So it's all up to your imagination. Thank you for watching, and can't wait to see you in the next tutorial.